Is the Boeing 747 dead? And what will I fly next is probably one of the most common questions I get asked in the comment section below. So if you're wondering if I think the Airbus A380 or the Boeing 777 is going to replace the Queen of the Skies, I'm going to explain it all. Coming up. Hey 7-4 crew, welcome back. If you don't know me, my name's Kelsey. I'm a 747 pilot. My channel, 7-4 Gear, is all about aviation. So whether you're a pilot or an aviation enthusiast, consider subscribing. One of the most common questions I get asked from people in the comment section below is, as a Boeing 747 pilot, what will I fly next? As many of you know, the Boeing 747 is being replaced by more fuel-efficient aircrafts, like the Boeing 777 or the 787. The same thing is happening on the Airbus side, where the Airbus A380 is being replaced by planes like the A350 or the A330neo. But I think the Queen has a special design feature that's going to keep her around for a while. Let's get into it. While it's true that the Boeing 747 is slowly being retired as a passenger transport aircraft, it's not true on the cargo side. The Boeing 747-8 freighter is actually still really in demand in the cargo world. I'm going to quickly compare the two main competitors of the Boeing 747. First, you often hear about the Airbus A380 versus Boeing 747 because they both are very large aircraft, and actually the Airbus has a larger takeoff weight capacity than the Boeing 747. However, due to some design features of the Airbus A380, it's not viable as a freighter. The floor that's in the middle separating the bottom floor from the upper floor is a required element of the aircraft, and therefore the whole aircraft can't be utilized as a freighter. However, on the 747, the only thing that's on the upper deck, as most of you know, is the cockpit and a couple of additional seats. Now let's get into the Boeing 777. The Boeing 777 is a beautiful aircraft, and I think will eventually do a bulk of cargo transport in the future. However, right now the 777s that are operate at about 76% of the cargo capacity of a Boeing 747. Now I'm not referring to actual weight, what I'm referring to is volume. So what you'll often hear from people who work in that world of transport is they say it will bulk out before it will actually hit its max takeoff weight. On the 747, that's not a very common situation. Now some will argue that the Boeing 777 is a far more fuel-efficient aircraft with only 2 engines, and no one's going to deny that. However, the people who run the numbers at these different airlines have obviously done the math and decided that the Boeing 747 is still a viable option, and that's why there's still a demand for that aircraft and why the production line is still open at the Boeing facility. But all of that is not the reason why I think the Boeing 747 still has a future. It's because of the special design feature that all of you know, the nose loader. It's a very small percentage of times where I'm on the plane and I see the actual nose loader go up. But when I do see it, I try to run down there and get it on my Instagram and put it on my stories because I think it's such a unique feature.
The fact that I'm not Instagramming this right now is insane.
Now, certain pieces of cargo can only be transported going through the nose loader of the aircraft, like in this picture here. There's no way to load that in the side of the aircraft like you would need to do on an A380 or you would need to do on a Boeing 777. It has to go through the nose of an aircraft. Now, I do think the overall percentage of the 747 fleet will be reduced over time, and it will go to more fuel-efficient aircraft like the 777 or the 777X. But the beautiful design of that nose loader is what's going to keep the 747 around for the foreseeable future. For those of you that are hoping to one day fly the Queen of the Skies, you'll probably have your opportunity to do it. However, it will probably be 100,000 kilos of freight behind you, not 500 people and a team of flight attendants to disappoint if you have a hard landing.
Hey, something burning? Oh, wait, it's you because you just got burnt.
In the comment section below, let me know. Now that you think the 747 has a future, would you rather fly the 747 or fly a more common fleet type like the Boeing 777 or the Airbus A350? I look forward to hearing from you. Until then, keep the blue side up.